Hello everybody, it's Verda here. Today we're going to be benchmarking Palworld using the RTX 3060 Ti. I have it paired up with the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D with 32GB of DDR5 6000 MHz RAM, and I've got the latest Nvidia drivers. So we shouldn't see any bottlenecks because of the CPU or the RAM. So with that, let's jump on in and see what we're going to be testing. So to get us started, I'm playing at 1080p. I'm using the Epic preset here, which does actually apply everything onto the highest settings, which is nice to see. Now, the DLSS is grayed out here for me, and I did some research on this, and apparently the Xbox Game Pass of this doesn't allow the DLSS to be used for some reason, and I am obviously using the Game Pass edition. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing or if that was just a rumor, but yeah, my DLSS is not enabled here. Luckily with the 3060 Ti, we shouldn't need it, so we're not going to be using DLSS because of that, but let's jump on in, see how it runs. Should be more than fine at 1080p. Alright, so I just jumped into Palworld, and as you can see here at 1080p using the maximum settings in the game, I'm in my base. It's not a particularly large base, but still, I'm in the base, and I'm getting about 80 FPS here, 85 FPS, which is more than playable for Palworld, obviously. I'm running over here now, I'm getting 90 something FPS. Now, I am adding something totally new to my benchmarks, and I'm going to trial this. And as you can probably see, VRAM A and VRAM U. So VRAM A is what I've been using the entire time for my benchmarks. It's what most benchmarkers will use, and it basically just means VRAM that's allocated. So the game will allocate a certain amount of VRAM, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the game is actually using that much VRAM. So it can be a bit misleading as to how much VRAM a game is actually using. So as you can see there, it's 5.4 gigs VRAM allocated to the GPU, when in reality the game is only using 3.2 gigs right now. The game is using that much. So yeah, it just gives it a more in-depth look at what the game is actually using. So yeah, it's only using 3.2 gigs right now in this base. As you can see, the frame time is really stable. There's no random spikes. Yes, it looks like it, but I'm not feeling it at all, guys. Like, I'm really not feeling it. It feels totally fine here at 1080p, absolute maximum settings. And yeah, there's not much else to be said about it. This GPU is more than capable. Yeah, the game runs totally fine here. Also, what is this bug? I've built my base here, and I keep getting this bug, and none of my pals are doing any work. They're just running around and starving to death up here, and they keep doing it. I don't know what's going on. It's getting very annoying, though, at this point, because they keep doing it. They just keep killing themselves up in that... Well, they're not killing themselves, but they're not doing anything. Let me build this out in the open and see if this fixes it, and I'll break this one. It's been an absolute pain. I can't believe there's still bugs like this in this game. It's been out for months now. I don't know how the bugs like this have lasted. Yeah, they're going to come down. They can see this food now. That's all I had to do is actually move the food box. But yeah, that's going to do for 1080p. Completely fine. Averages of around 85 FPS. More than doable here. Let's get to 1440. So now we're playing at 1440p. We're still using the maximum settings in the game, as you can see. And yeah, let's see how it runs. It should be totally fine. I've been playing Palworld like this for a few days, so it should be good. And yeah, here we are in Palworld. 1440p max settings, and we're down to about 60, mid 60s. And I've been doing fights, by the way, and it's been totally fine. So we'll actually go into a fight. Why not? Let's go. I've not been playing Palworld for a day or two, to be honest. I've been a bit busy, and yeah, I just don't play particularly a lot of Palworld. I've actually been finding it a little bit boring, to be honest. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm already getting a bit bored of the game, personally. But we'll teleport over. I have the game on an SSD, if that's not apparent. That should have probably showed you that I was playing on an SSD, how fast that loaded up into the next area. And he should spawn in. Let me throw out my little companion. Wait, has he not respawned? Well, he's not back. I'll go to another one. Yes, you know what? I need one of these, so let's just... I don't need one, but I've not captured one yet. Let's capture this one. We'll spot... I've actually got this dinosaur thing. Let's use this. Yeah, FPS dropped there while we were fighting a little bit. Oh my god. Get him before he kills him. Put you away. Come on. He's not going to capture, is he? Oh, he did. Nice. My first one of those. Look, don't. It's not my fault. It's got a stupid long name. Come on. Yes, come on, come and fight me. Plot twist, you're not fighting me, you're fighting my plant Christmas tree wannabe dinosaur. Oh, Jesus. I wonder how much damage this thing's gonna do. Oh, it's actually like a melee. It's got a short range AoE build. Oh man, he's gonna die. Let me pick him up. I've also got a shoulder mount that's trying to murder him, but yeah, hopefully from this gameplay you can see this is fine. I've been playing at these settings, no issues, guys, and I am somebody who is like, I do get very annoyed by stutters and stuff, so yeah, I think if I can play like this, I think you'll have a good time too. I've also not captured one of these. I did beat one, but killed it by accident. So let's capture this one if I can. Should be able to. I'm hoping it. I hope its saddle unlocks early. Oh god. Yeah, maybe this game is much better with friends. You do way too much damage. Holy. Oh. Let me just try and capture you now. Oh wow, we actually got it. Nice. But yeah, we'll try some of the settings. You can see here the VRAM usage. It says it's using 7.3 gigs like allocated. So you would look at that like, oh my god, Palworld is using loads. But then you actually look at how much the game is using, and it's only using 4.7 of that. So yeah, it's not using that much in all honesty. And I think if you had like I tested this with the 1060 card, and it was running pretty decently on there, like medium/low settings. So VRAM is not really that much of an issue in this game, even though at first glance it looks like it. It's not that big of a deal. So let's try out some lower settings just in case you are somebody who wants to play at some lower settings. And we're not going to be playing at 4K today because I kind of feel like it's a bit pointless. I want to give you benchmarks that are more realistic to what people are actually going to play at. And this is very much a 1080p/1440p card, essentially. It's shifting more to being a 1080p card these days. It really depends on what kind of games you play, and it's very debatable whether or not this is a 1080p or a 1440p. I think it's a mix between both, personally. It really does depend what you're playing. Let's switch it over to some lower settings, guys. Okay, I'm going to have to restart my game for these settings. It's telling me in the menu that I need to restart, so we'll go ahead and restart. Alright, so we're back in the game. I'm playing at 1440p. Selected the medium preset. The reason I'm skipping high preset is because it only changes 2 settings, and the FPS difference is very minor, so I just decided we'd just skip over it. Let's jump on in. I've restarted the game because you need to restart it to apply settings in this one, and we'll see what kind of FPS we get here. Alright, so I just got back in. My game has literally just started, so we'll reset the FPS counter. The game definitely looks significantly worse here at 1080p, or sorry, not 1080p, at medium settings. Yeah, we did gain about 50% more FPS, so we did get a pretty decent jump up in frame rate, but personally, I'm totally fine at playing at 65 FPS. Oh, this thing's set to aggressive. I don't know why I said it that way, by the way, but yeah. So I personally, I would rather play at the higher graphics and play at 60-65 FPS as opposed to playing, you know, like this, because the graphics are quite a bit worse and 90 FPS is not needed. It feels almost identical for me here, even though we have gained, you know, quite a considerable amount of FPS. VRAM usage as well did decrease, of course, quite a bit. Not as much as I was expecting it to decrease, but still. Oh wait, I've not seen these before. I guess it depends what time you come into the cave. If you get different creatures, I really don't know. We'll let the wolf go crazy though, and we'll capture some of these if we can while we're in here. And the reason why I came in here is just kind of see I wanted to see the FPS difference of like a cave. Oh wow, I missed that ball and it actually went over and started taming that one. Oh, another creature here too. It's got a very nice name. I'm sure it's very, very peaceful. Let's get a stronger creature out here than the wolf. We're not going to pick up another one of these. But yeah, in the cave, our FPS is kind of insane, actually. Wait, that AoE doesn't hit the... Either it's completely immune to that. Oh, wow, that does a lot of damage. Look, you really do see how much damage that does when that guy shoots his little AoE and it barely does any damage to it. Oh my god, let's get the wolf back out. And we'll... Alright. We'll try and tame this in a sec. Okay, guess it's dead. Oh my god. Alright. We'll let the wolf... Right, we'll put the wolf away. Didn't think I'd do enough damage there, but I did. Okay. So I guess it depends what time of day you come into the cave. The creatures change. Which I wasn't expecting because it's a cave. It's always dark in here. I didn't think time outside would affect creatures in here. It kind of doesn't make sense, but then again, we are playing pretty much Pokemon, which makes no sense. So yeah. As you can see, when you come in a cave, at medium settings 1440p. The FPS is kind of insane. What is this? Is this like a rare spawn? Get him, wolf. We'll try and tame this one since this one's magical. Okay. Whoa! Yeah, my wolf might be a little bit not enough for this one. Pick out the big dinosaur boy. All right. Oh, wow. Yeah, he does. This dinosaur thing's so much damage. And it's my strongest creature so far. Come on. Shit. I knew I should have swapped it out. I'm sorry, my guy. You could have been my friend. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I don't feel like we need to test 1080p in the cave at medium settings, considering how much FPS we're getting here. I've never seen one of these either. All right, so we're back outside. I've just finished that dungeon, or that whatever it's called. So we've just done that, and outside, yeah, 90 FPS. We'll try 1080p out here, but I really don't feel like it's that needed. But we'll still try 1080p outside here. Why not, right? All right, so we're at medium settings, 1080p, as you can see, and let's see what it's like. So medium settings outside here, we're at 140 FPS. So if you are looking for a high FPS experience here in the game, I know it's very dark. I'm going in real quick just to see what the FPS is like inside of a cave. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, so inside of a cave, we're at like 200 plus FPS, and we're still GPU bound, by the way. So yeah, this CPU can definitely push this game, or this GPU, to the 200 FPS range, which is more than overkill for this game, if you have a GPU that's powerful enough to do that. But we're going to teleport back to our base and see what the FPS is like there. I'm not sure if it'll be more or less. We are on the edge of the map, so it might be more, to be honest. It's about the same, actually. Yeah, our FPS is pretty much the exact same as it was outside over there, rather. Sorry, I got a bit distracted with my base. But yeah, it's completely fine here in Palworld with a GPU like this, as you can see. Cool. I'm going to keep playing for a little bit, actually. But I hope you enjoyed today's benchmark. I hope you enjoy the new insight to the VRAM usage. And on some of my lower end GPUs, which have less VRAM, I've noticed that in modern games or in more demanding games, they're actually using a lot of system RAM because they're running out of VRAM, essentially. So I'm actually thinking about adding that statistic for the RAM that the GPU is using as VRAM, essentially, because it's running out of VRAM in those older GPUs. So yeah, let me know what you think about that in the description, or in the comments rather, not the description. But with that, like the video if you found this useful, subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and goodbye for now.